Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I will show you how you can do this spring buds cropped cardigan. For this cardigan I use dyed yarn from Undercover Author. It's a 4-ply yarn, so if you don't want to use this type of yarn, you can use any 4-ply yarn for this. I wanted to try to make some garment with this kind of yarn, and I truly loved the color. For the entire cardigan I used a 4mm crochet hook G, and you'll find that it will be pretty awesome, and it's very simple to make. Only 2 rows repeat, and of course, as usual, I'm starting from top down, so no sewing needed. Now we will start with the foundation chain. First, chain 2, and in the second chain we will do a puff stitch, a 2 half double crochet cluster. So this will be the foundation chain, no chain this time. And for size S we will make 34 stitches in this way. So chain 2, and in the second 2 stitches puff, 2 half double crochet puff, and we will continue like this until we have in total 34 stitches. We will have 5 stitches for the front panels, 10 stitches for the back, and 5 stitches for the sleeves. And this will be the foundation chain. Pay attention to make the chain stitches a little bit looser, so it will be easier to make the puff stitch in the second one. And also the puff stitch to be looser, because on the next row we will have to make the stitches in the middle of these puff stitches. So if you want to insert the hook easily, you'll have to make them a little bit looser. Now continue making the stitches until you have 34 in total. Here I am at the end of the chain, of the foundation chain. Now to start the first row, chain 3, and in the middle of the puff stitch we will do a V-stitch. So this will be the first row. So in the middle of the puff we will do 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. That's why I was telling you to make the puff stitches looser, because otherwise it will be difficult to insert the hook and make the stitches. So now the first V-stitch, and then chain 3, and we will go to the next puff stitch and make another V-stitch, and we will do like so until we have 5 V-stitches. So this is one front panel, so I said earlier that we have 5 stitches for the front panel, so we will do 5 V-stitches. And then in the next stitch we will do the increase, the first corner, one more V-stitch, okay, so continue until you will have 5. Now that we have 5 V-stitches, it's time for the first increase. So chain 3, and in the next puff stitch we will do 1 V-stitch. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, then we will chain 3, and in the same stitch we will do another V-stitch. So another 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, and this will be the increase on the V-stitch row. We will do it on every V-stitch row until we will finish the yoke. After finishing the increase, we will chain 3. So this is the increase, 2 V-stitch with chain 3 in between. Now chain 3, and we will continue with the V-stitches for the sleeve, and this time it will be again, there will be 5 V-stitches for the first sleeve. Okay, so I did 5 V-stitches for the sleeve, and now it's time again for the increase. So again, 1 V-stitch, chain 3, and another V-stitch in the same stitch. If you want to make the foundation chain as usual with the chain stitches, 1 puff stitch and the chain 2, the section that is repeating is equivalent with 4 chain stitches. So if you want to do it as a normal chain, this is what you should have in mind. Okay, so I'm making the increase, the second corner, 1 V-stitch, chain 3, and another V-stitch in the same stitch. And then it is easy to remember how you should do it to the end of the row. Now that we finished the second sleeve, we then continue with the back. On the back we will have 10 V-stitches, then another increase in the third corner, then again 5 stitches for the sleeve, for the second sleeve, another increase, and the last 5 V-stitches for the front panel. So this is what you should do to the end of the row. Now I'm starting to make the stitches for the back. As I said, in each puff we will do a V-stitch, chain 3, and moving forward to the next puff, another V-stitch, and we will do so until we will have 10 V-stitches for the back side. Then another increase, and we have left the 5 stitches for the sleeve and the 5 stitches for the front panel. Now the third increase, I just finished the back panel stitches. And we have left 5 stitches for the sleeve and 5 stitches for the front panel. And as I said, we will continue with, we have one more increase to make. So after making 5 for the sleeve, then increase, and 5 for the front panel. And here I am at the end of the row. We will finish the row with 1 double crochet in the last stitch. And we're about to begin the second row with chain 3. And now in the middle of each V-stitch we will do 1 bubble stitch or 5 double crochet cluster. So we have to do 5 unfinished double crochet in the same chain 1 space of the previous row V-stitch. Then chain 3 and move forward to the next V-stitch and make again 5 double crochet cluster. And these are the buds of our cropped cardigan. We will continue like this until we will get to the first corner. On this round we will consider the corner, the chain 3 that is between the 2 V-stitches that we have in the previous row corner. Now here we are in the V-stitch here, and on this round we will do the increase with 1 double crochet, chain 3 and another double crochet in the same chain 3 space. And we will repeat like this, making 1 bubble stitch in each V-stitch to the corner. And when we are on the corner, on the chain 3 space, we will do the increase with 1 double crochet, chain 3 and another double crochet in the same stitch. And we will continue to repeat these 2 rounds. I will show you on the next round, which is basically another V-stitch round, but the difference is that we will do the V-stitches on the top of the bubble stitches from the previous round, and I will show you how you will do that. But basically the 2 rounds that are repeating are those 2, with 1 row in V-stitch and 1 row in bubble stitch. Okay, and now at the end of the row we will do 1 double crochet in the last stitch, but we will do first a chain 1, and in the last stitch, in the third chain of the third stitch of the turning chain, we will do 1 double crochet, then chain 3 and turn. And like I said before, on the top of the bubble stitch we will do now the V-stitch that is in this round. So now 1 V-stitch on the top, chain 3 and move forward to the next bubble, and in the top of the bubble we will do another V-stitch, and we will continue like so until we will get on the corner. The corner will be the chain 3 space that we made as an increase on the previous round. So basically round 2 and 3 are the rounds that will be repeated until we will finish the yoke. Okay, so I made 1 V-stitch in each top of the bubble stitches from the previous round, and now the increase in the chain 3 space will be the same as the increase that we did on the first round, with 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, so 1 V-stitch, then chain 3 and another V-stitch in the same chain 3 space. And we will continue like so to the end of the round of the row, and we will repeat these 2 rows until we will have in total for the yoke 12 rows. So this is the number of rows that you will need for the size S. If you want to see the details and row counting, stitch counting for another sizes 2x large, you can check the link in the description, and it will get you to my blog where you will find a written pattern. Now I just finished the yoke. You can make as many rows as you need until the back, let's say, it will be easier to count the back. It will have the half of your bust circumference. Now I'm starting the next row, which will be a separating row, and I'm making the separating row in the V-stitch, so it will be easier to just stop and the last row of the yoke to be a bubble stitch, just to be easier for you to follow this pattern and to know how to make the join. So now I'm starting the row as usual, and I will make a 1 V-stitch on the top of each bubble stitch until I will get to the corner, this chain 3 space that I have here. Okay, now I'm at the corner. In the corner we will do 1 V-stitch, then chain 3, skip the stitches for the sleeve and move forward to the next corner, so to the next chain 3 space, and in the chain 3 space we will do another V-stitch. So this is how we will join and separate the sleeves from the rest of the cardigan. We will continue with 1 V-stitch on the top of each bubble, with chain 3 in between, until we will get to the next corner where we will repeat and we will do the same join. We will join the same as we did on this side. And basically this will be the separating row. After this row we will start to work on the length of the cardigan, and as you saw in the picture, this cardigan is cropped, just a little bit shorter, but if you want you can make as many rows as you need to just get to the desired length. So this is where you can work without following the pattern. If you want, you can just make as many rows as you want. Now I am at the second join, so I made a V-stitch in the first corner, chain 3, skip the stitches for the sleeve, and another V-stitch in the other corner. And continue with 1 V-stitch on the top of each bubble stitch from the previous row, and you will continue to the end of the row working like so. And then just repeat the 2 rows of the pattern, so 1 row in V-stitch, 1 row in bubble stitch, until you'll get to the desired length. For my cardigan I just made 14 rows, and if you want to see the final measurements for each side, including this one, you'll find on my blog a measurement diagram which will help you to just figure out how many inches or centimeters I have for each size. Now I will continue with 14 rows, repeating the stitch pattern, so alternating 1 row in V-stitch, 1 row in bubble stitch for 14 rows. This is the end of my cardigan length. So I will have 1 sleeve. What I did in plus, just to finish the cardigan, I made this 2 rounds in single crochet all around the cardigan, on the bottom, on the side edges, and on the front panels edges, and on the collar. I worked also the sleeve, and I made 3 rounds in single crochet at the end of the sleeves. But I will show you right now how you can work the sleeve, because we will work the same stitch pattern, only that this time in circular rounds. So here are the stitches from the armpit, and here are the 2 corners that we have when we made the join. So we will start from these 2 bubble crochet here, or V-stitches that are over the bubble crochet. and we will do a V-stitch here. So I will chain 4 because I have the 3 stitches are the first double crochet, then chain 1 and another double crochet, and this will be the first V-stitch. Then we will go on the top of the next bubble stitch, make 1 V-stitch here, chain 3, and then because we have long distance to the next bubble here, we will do in the double crochet on the top of the double crochet from the corner another V-stitch. Okay, if you want to make the sleeve to be smaller, you can skip the stitch and make the next V-stitch in the next bubble stitch. It won't be such a big difference, but I found it that it will be too much distance to the next bubble stitch, so that's why in the double crochet of the corner I made 1 V-stitch as well. Now continue with 1 V-stitch on the top of each bubble crochet on bubble stitch until you'll get to the end of the row. Here at the end we will repeat the same, so in the double crochet of the corner I will do another V-stitch, okay, and then chain 3, and we will join with the 3rd stitch of the starting chain, and this will be our first round. Now because the bubble stitch will have to be in the middle of the V-stitch, I just slip stitch to the middle, then chain 3. This will be the first double crochet, unfinished double crochet of the first bubble, so just make 4 double crochet on this first bubble stitch. The chain 3 at the beginning will be the 5th, and then we will continue with the stitch pattern with 1 bubble stitch or 5 double crochet cluster in each V-stitch, in the middle of each V-stitch, until we will get to the end of the row. And where we here at the end of the row, we will chain 3 and join with the chain that we did on the top of the bubble stitch, because from here we will have to start the V-stitch, and we will start the V-stitch as we did on the first row with chain 4 and 1 double crochet in the same stitch. And this will be the 2 rows that we will have to repeat until we will finish the sleeve. I made 14 rows in total, but if you want a longer sleeve you can work more rows. At the end of the sleeve I just made these 3 rows in single crochet, and pay attention that the chain 3 between the bubble stitches, in the chain 3 I just made 1 single crochet, only 1, just to make the sleeve to be smaller. And this was it. I hope you like it and enjoy it, and see you next time.